Oh my goodness.
Why would it do that?
We're having a lot of issues with the Ustream feed right now.
Okay.
We were on Firefox, and then it was working, and then it wasn't working, and then we switched to Safari, and then it wasn't working, and now it just worked.
Okay.
So hi, everybody.
Hi. Welcome to our show. What's it called again?
Lady in the Chat. Here's the
Sorry.
thing.
What happened?
Unrelated to each other, he and I have minimal hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Apparently, we both went to bed at 2:30 this morning.
Yes.
And I should have known, like, psychically, my link to you. So I would have known to call you. At least we could have talked to each other.
I should have been up watching Chopped.
I was just roaming around my condo like a lunatic. Because I know back in the day when I took like a behavioral science class, there was like a whole insomnia thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were like, don't lay in bed,
Yeah.
because then laying in bed and not sleeping means you're training your body to know that it's not sleep in your bed. So get up. So I always have that thing in my head still where I'm like, I have to get up and I have to walk around, or I have to go in the other room and watch TV, or go on the computer, which is bad because then you get sucked into the vortex of doom and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I unrelated to anything. I just didn't.
Well,
I had nothing on my mind.
Mine had reasons, and I drank a cappuccino way too late, and I don't ever drink coffee, and I honestly don't know why.
I went home early from volleyball. I did everything right last night, and I still couldn't sleep.
I did everything wrong, and I couldn't understand. You did everything right, so there's a weirdness.
Yes.
We don't have a full moon, do we?
No, it's
usually
waning.
That'll do it for me.
Yeah, it's
like
waning.
A crazy big full moon will make me be like,
Yeah, no, we're waiting for the new moon.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm out of my lunar cycle things. But speaking of cappuccinos at a bad time, welcome to Sugar.
Yeah, welcome to Sugar. And
Our fourth episode.
I was thinking of what to begin the show with, and it happened to be my adventure and dinner with a friend of mine last night. So we ate this really awesome Spanish steak place, and thank you, Ed, for taking me. And then there were like a ton of leftovers because there was already like a crazy amount of food to begin with that we couldn't really get through. So then we got to take it home. And I ate the leftovers for lunch, and I felt awful for the rest of the day.
Leftovers.
And I didn't feel awful last night. I was awake because of the bad beverage choice in the evening, but I felt just like gross and icky and bloated after lunch because I ate all the same things that I did only how many hours later.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself on the way home, you have to... Wait, what was the... Oh my gosh. See what happens when you don't write stuff down? You have to let go of the leftovers.
Let go of the leftovers.
This is actually something my doctor said to me a while back, and I got kind of cranky with him, only because it's like, I'm single, I work, and food is expensive.
Yes.
So why the heck would I just throw food away?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it made me mad. I see the leftovers as like I'm saving money or it's good for the budget, but then the higher point of that is I should only eat the thing that I ate, like a bigger kind of dinner like that once. And that's it.
Yeah.
And you should definitely not do it the second day.
Yeah.
Because now I really feel awful. And it was totally proved his point. Maybe it's something where I could have
karma with the starving children?
Well, maybe I should give it to people. That's what I was going to say.
Fly it
I don't
out
know.
the helicopter
Am I supposed
and drop it over Somalia.
I'm just gonna stop the car, go up to a random house, knock on the door. I have a thing you can
do. No.
Wait, you have a real thing?
I have a real thing. Kyle used to do this. R.I.P. Kyle. Kyle used to do this when we used to go to dinner. And people from Gotham who've gone to dinner with him will know what he used to do.
All right.
He used to take his leftovers, and we laughed at him for this. And it's so true, though, that it works. What you can do is put it in a doggy bag and leave it at a payphone. And a homeless person knows to take it and nothing happened to it, and to eat they can eat it.
Is it kind of like a sign universally, like?
I guess so. Like Kyle was like, yeah, all my friends used to make fun of me for this.
That's
but
really
he
cool,
used
though.
he used to
I'd rather give people
it.
food than money.
Yeah.
The truth be like, immediately, here's something you can eat. I wasn't in the city, though. I was in New
I
Jersey.
know. But are there homeless people in Ridgewood, New Jersey? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
In Paramus, no.
I probably should
They all live in Garfield.
Giving it all to my friend, because, you know, I probably shouldn't have taken it home with me and eaten it the next day.
What about freezing it?
Well, there's the other thing. I could have frozen. Freezing cooked steak. I'm sure to defrost. So, it's medium rare filet mignon. It's only good probably once.
Yeah.
And that's probably as much as I should do it. Maybe I offer it to the table next to me. I don't know. Next time, maybe I'll think of like a better. Yeah, I see people are saying like maybe the pets or the cats or the husbands. That would be good too. I know some people. I know I don't have any of those things. I just have me and house plants that need watering.
Maybe the house. You don't.
Steak pieces in the house plant.
No, you don't want your house plants having a hunger for meat.
They might come alive and attack me.
Yes.
And that would solve my sleeping problems, but it would cause a lot more problems.
Just like Siri. You don't want to feed Siri meat.
Or your Roomba.
Or your Roomba.
You don't want your Roomba to accidentally eat steak and then it'll develop a taste for blood and come for you.
Yes, it will.
Robots are sometimes
And your Venus flytrap.
Terrifying. No, but I guess that was my food lesson of today.
Yeah.
Was I'm gonna have to not bring it home with me.
So
sometimes you can't take it home with you, or you know, if you had a roommate, maybe I should have saved it for you. But I was like, again, and that's the other part of it is like I'll make excuses to be like, but I have to eat it, and there's more left, and that's wrong to waste food, and it's almost like I'm justifying the bad decision.
Or do you do the thing that I do? Is like, say you have something really quote unquote bad to eat.
Right.
Like whether it be pizza or like dessert
or Chinese
or
like
something.
The stuff that gets bad food that's left over. Like
No, bad in general. Like you went out and you ate a little too much.
Okay.
But we're not the same, so we can't eat the whole Cheesecake Factory gigantor
the
portion.
Monster thing they give us.
Monster portion.
Yeah.
Do you do the thing that? Well, I don't want to have this sitting around the house, so it'll be bad. And eat it, so I might as well eat it now, so tomorrow I don't have to eat it
too.
and feel bad about myself.
Raise your hands.
Raise your hands.
Leave a message. If you say, I've done that a lot, and that's, again, you're overeating. Like now in your head, you're justifying overeating. Yeah. Because you're like, I have to put it all in my mouth. Because tomorrow it'll be fine because I'll be good.
Yeah.
But then right at that moment, you're eating more than you should.
Yeah, and I don't want it to go to waste. Because, I do that with pints of ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Like, say,
to make it disappear.
Yeah, so you don't want to throw it out.
Like, we're doing ourselves a favor, but we're really not. But you're not doing yourself a favor.
Yeah.
You're not really making it disappear unless it goes into the trash, down the sink,
and you
or
don't
to a
want
friend.
to do that. There's starving children in the world.
That's the thing. I don't know if anyone has any good, like, suggestions or if they've dealt with the same thing. Yeah, but that was my little thing for today, for the beginning of the show.
Ooh. You can put it on our Facebook page if you have any suggestions. Facebook.com, Lady TheGent. We don't have the and. They don't allow ampersands in their URLs or something.
Oh, but they're
so and I don't want to expend the energy to put the and in there or an n.
It's fine. I think it looks good. Speaking of looks, hopefully you could see us all better. There's an extra light in the studio, which is the computer room right now.
We didn't get too dressy today. We weren't in the mood. I just wore my Mark Echo t-shirt from the summer that I fell in love with.
Flowers.
Yeah, see?
There were
and I shaved my head.
It looks fabulous.
Thank you. I was getting sick of my hair.
There's usually a photo shoot, as you notice, but both of us feel kind of black. I mean, if we have to be honest and be real like we should be.
Yes.
We both felt kind of blicky today, so that's why there was no fabulous photo shoot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't feel awesome.
Sometimes you don't feel like a nut.
No. So.
Okay.
But we've got a few things to share.
Should we? Because we actually have the basis of stuff.
I've honestly, to be honest, haven't read either of these. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have.
But this is Rhonda Byrne. I don't know if we can. Is this copyright infringement?
Probably.
Sorry, Michelle. We have The Secret with us. I'm sure if you've been alive since 2005 or something, you've heard of this book. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. She's a skinny British woman.
Is she skinny because of The Secret? She's skinny,
probably skinny because of The Secret.
There has to be.
And then I have another one. Strangely enough, it's called Money and the Law of Attraction by Jerry and Esther Hicks, R.I.P. Jerry. They speak to a spirit on the other side called Abraham, channeled through Esther. And we've both done this in our Cranford class.
Yeah.
And if Bonnie or Robin or anyone's listening, they'd know what we're talking about.
Hello, guys.
Okay, so we have these two, and ironically enough, a book about money tells us about our health, but we're going to do that later.
Yeah.
But when I read this back in the day, this always stuck with me because she goes, the secret to health, but there's a passage I can't find right now because, no sleep, but here we go. To quote, "You can think your way to the perfect state of health, the perfect body, the perfect weight, and eternal youth. You can bring it into being through your consistent thinking of perfection." So basically she's saying, what they're saying here is that, okay, this is to quote Abraham in this book, The Money and the Law of Attraction. I have to remember people aren't always watching, they're listening.
Yeah, we have to be equal to both, both fan bases.
Okay, to quote Abraham for the question, are exercise and nutrition a health factor? Abraham, you may have noticed that there are those who are very deliberate about food and exercise whose physical well-being is obvious. And there are those who seem to be offering tremendous effort in regarding food and exercise who struggle for years. Us, we're pointing to us, people on Blog Talk, on the Ustream, you can see us. Struggle for years to gain no benefit and still have no success in maintaining their physical well-being. It says when you take the time to find vibrational balance, the physical effort you apply will yield wonderful results. Blah, blah, blah. Hearing a line, da-da-da. Skip. And it just says that basically, like Rhonda Byrne says, if you think a food is bad for you, it's going to be bad for you. If you think a food is okay for you, it's going to be okay for you.
We probably said this in the first version of this episode, like part 1. It's not the food, but it's the guilt that makes you fat.
Yes, guilt makes you fat.
Which I always kind of laughed at as a funny, like, ate at the truth kind of point of view.
Yeah.
That does go hand in hand. But, people have to take the active role.
Yeah.
It's the only way... I get, like, I sometimes struggle with that point of view a little bit because it's not enough to just sit there and wish real hard.
That this bucket of chicken isn't gonna,
this bucket of KFC. You're not gonna gain weight when you eat this bucket of chicken because you're being positive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm positive that this bucket of fried chicken is not gonna make me fat.
There's metabolical reasons why it will. And you can't argue with that.
Yeah, if you go deeper into it, I mean, I'll find the quotes to support this eventually when we get deeper. Maybe in the second part of season 3.
Right.
We'll get more technical, but if you believe all this stuff, this law of attraction and your thoughts are things, but we are given physical bodies for a reason.
Yes.
And people have certain things that their body does because, that's what it's supposed to do.
Everyone, and everybody's individual body's going to react differently to everything. So, because my physiology will react differently.
Your biology.
My biology. Now we're quoting second-rate Paul Abdul albums
in a funky way.
In a very funky way. My body would, in a not funky way, react badly to a bowl of pasta where somebody else's wouldn't, and they'd be fine to eat it as much as they want.
Yeah.
And I know I can't. Yeah. As happy as I am, and as much as I'm like, this is great, and everything. No, because that's gonna happen. So I feel like if you take pieces from both, because you 100% have to have the positive outlook and the right mindset, or that's not going to work, because again, proof is in me saying that it didn't work up until like a couple years ago where I changed my attitude, but then I changed the way I did things.
Yeah.
And I took another direction to be proactive and to make a bigger change in my life, and I could only go forward from that change. I can't go backwards.
Yeah.
So I made a drastic change.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't always have to be crazy drastic medical related, but that was what I decided to do.
Because there's this big challenge because CJ Martis, who does the Angel Connection on Authentic You Friday, she had a show about vibrational and vibrations in food and stuff like that. And then also Doreen Virtue, another... She does the whole angel thing too. Like CJ is on this huge kick for everybody to be vegan and do this, and the reason we suffer is because animals suffer when we eat animals, and it's just giving me such a big headache. Because honestly, like, I don't know if anybody out there is diabetic and can sustain veganism, but I wouldn't know how it would work with your pancreas. It already like all that. I can't eat any soy. I can't eat that stuff.
Well, that stuff actually really isn't good for you.
Yeah, it's all gluten. Yeah. Like, how does someone with celiacs, like, be able to do that?
Well, that's the other part of it, too, is, and I know you tried it more than me, I've never felt the need to, and what I'm eating now, which is a lot of protein-based stuff and vegetables, is the best thing for me. Yeah. Honestly, regardless of your politics or moral whatever, I don't feel like you can argue with that if it's working for me.
Yeah.
You know? So that's tough, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
You know? Because I don't wish awful harm on things, but that's how I have to live my life. Yeah. You tried doing it, and that food was wrecking your body and made you feel bad.
I was so sick. When I was a vegetarian at Rampo, I was sick all the time.
Yeah. All that soy was, like, messing you up. And then I remember you saying, you're like, I can't.
Yeah, I was sick all the time. And then... The way I think of it sometimes, to sound like really kind of right-wingy and businessy, like, are you going to put all those farmers out of work? Like people's livelihoods depend on this. There's ways to do it where it's humane and stuff, but, I mean, Monsanto and Tyson and Purdue and all them, you know, they're bad, but are you really going to put what are those people supposed to do for work? That's the way I think of it, too. I don't know, but... I understand why she's doing it, and I understand what they say, that food does have vibration, because everything does.
Of course, it's a living thing too. Yeah. So is the lettuce.
Yeah.
It's all, I mean,
and then even
the vegetation's alive.
And then Doreen Virtue goes even deeper into it, saying that okay, so she knows that plants have energies too, so she tries to eat blah blah blah. And I'm like, what do you eat? That's so hard.
You mean they're like chewing a rock?
I know. That's so. It's like, it's already hard enough, I think, for a lot of people to deal with just universal issues in general, spiritual issues in general. Right. Always thinking what's right and what's wrong all the time, and this cow suffered. Yeah, I get that. This orange is a living thing, and like.
Well, then if you're going that I shouldn't say crazy. Look, whatever. If you're going that deep into it, then you're gonna make yourself nuts, and then you're gonna live in a tiny little room, and you're afraid to do anything, or or what, if I'm hurting the carpet if I step on it too hard. Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
I just...
You gotta live your life still. And you just want to hope that you're living it the healthiest way you can. And maybe you take one of those moments where you do like a little self-evaluation thing. Yeah. Where you're like, okay, let's be real, let's be honest with ourselves, let's really take even a day. I know you've done this, I've done this, I don't do it anymore, maybe I should, but write it down. Like, maybe just take one day and write down your whole day of what you've done. It's painful, and it's all about the truth and honesty. If you want to get real and honest, and I've done it, and I'm not a fan sometimes. Yeah. Maybe I should start doing it again as I'm saying this. But because sometimes you'll just put stuff in your mouth and not even know, and then you'll go to this A, B, and C, and then all of a sudden you didn't know how many calories or things you've taken that probably weren't the best ideas. Yeah. So maybe just take a day and write it down, and then kind of evaluate it.
Yeah,
and then
just see. And a lot of people take that to the next level, and a lot of diets take that to the next level and say, what was your feeling what were you feeling?
Yes, this is really great.
When you were eating this. Perfect. What was going on in your head what triggered you to eat it? Because I always say this. What is the trigger? There's foods definitely for me. Yep, like the instant, like tonight, like the instant I'm around pizza, I could eat the whole thing without even thinking,
without even feeling like you're definitely full. But then because it's just there, and you're like, oh, just one more.
Yeah.
You know. I actually had a nutritionist, a dietitian, who did that. The sheets that she ran off had the food that you're eating, the time that you're eating, your emotion, and what you're doing. Yeah. Are you standing? Are you sitting? Are you walking? Are you driving? Yeah. She even added that into it. Oh, so, like, were you physically eating in the car? How many people have eaten in the car? And I'm like, it doesn't count because I'm in the car. Like a weird psychology.
If nobody sees you eat it, you didn't eat it.
Secret eating? I don't know how many people secret eat. That's also kind of dangerous.
Yeah, but we've done that many a time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So that was even like, even if you want to take it that far, it was a great thing for me because when I was starting back in the day to kind of start to get more healthy and evaluate what I was doing and how I was treating my body. Yeah. To look at, again, because I'm so emotionally tied and I think so many people are. Yeah. That helped a whole lot.
Yeah. What are the messages? Interesting.
We're having crazy technical problems, but I think we're all
looking
okay on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Anyway, we just had to adjust something. Sorry, guys. Yeah. But what do you guys believe? Oh, wait. We have a little.
Oh, we had a message from.
We had a message from a friend too.
One of the friends we used to be in the class with, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, see, I had a point too that, you know how there's. Has anybody heard? Have you heard of the paleo diet? I see it.
Paleo, like Paleolithic?
Yes! it's like going through...
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, it's like eating dinosaurs. No. Oh. It's eating like...
Those big, like in the...
Flintstones. Yeah. Burgers? Eating brontosaurus ribs. No, it's that thing where it's like you eat basically meat and vegetables and everything's of the earth. So my thing is like, okay, I understand like Doreen Virtue's perspective. Right. Definitely. I do. I don't want to kick a cow in the face.
I understand.
Whatever.
Definitely, I agree.
But then it goes back to the thing, like, then where did, if we're all created by the universe, and we're all created with these things, like, why would ancient man and woman know to hunt like a woolly mammoth and put it on fire to eat it? You know, why would oranges be edible even if they had feelings?
Right, exactly.
See, that's where...
the hunting thing, I don't know why no one's ever pointed that out before, but that's a great thing.
Why would we have the instinct?
That's how the whole human race survived and grew.
Yeah.
It's because they put food on top of fire. They put, like, flame to meat.
Yes.
Shout out Anthony Bourdain.
Yes, and then... And then eventually they've developed marinades.
Yeah, and then it's very delicious. And then there was barbecue.
And then there was barbecue was invented. And that's why we visit the South.
That's how barbecue's and that's why we visit the South.
That's why we visit New Orleans.
Yeah, one of the many reasons. We do love it there. Oh, yes, now that's another... I hadn't heard of the paleo diet, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's kind of what, honestly, my doctor told me to eat, like, you know... Is that take the grains all the way out or only the whole? Is it the Whole Foods thing? Or
I think it's closely related to Atkins and a low carb way of living. Okay. To not eat the grains and the glutens and all that stuff, and then I don't know that much about it. If anybody wants to post on our Facebook page about it, I have more info on it. I see it every now and then on the Twitter, but I have no idea.
So maybe that's something we can look into.
All right,
I like that idea.
Bonnie Nanny.
Hi, Bonnie. Good friend of ours.
Yeah, she said, "Good topic. Thinking is not enough. You've got to believe it. Unfortunately, I've seemed to have been a doubter for too long. I'm going to click my heels and believe."
I like that, Bonnie, a lot.
Me too.
Us too. We're a click away.
We're a click away from being skinny. If I was wearing heels
right now and not slippers, there's the sad truth, guys. I'd click them as well. Right, I had heels on last night.
Yes.
Everybody needs a break now and then.
Yeah.
In the house, the heels usually stay off, and it's Hello Kitty slippers that my mom bought me.
So.
Thank you, Mom.
So, all this confusion... all this because I think that believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
Trust in what works for you. Listen to your heart, your gut, your instinct.
Literally, listen to your gut. Honestly,
yeah. Listen to what, because
if you're having stomach problems, and what you're eating is probably bad for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that basic.
But it's not all. I take everything that I believe in, whether it comes from Hay House, or it comes from CJ, or it comes from The Secret, or it comes from watching Food Network.
We do watch a lot of Food Network.
Yes, I take everything in.
Can be detrimental.
But I think the worst thing to do, and the thing that has always hindered my dieting or hindered my exercise, is first of all perfection, trying to get it perfect all the time, and then feeling guilty for not getting it perfect.
Because we can't always be perfect, so then we're going to go aim so high that we can fall totally, fall so far from it.
Yep.
And once you can't get that, it wasn't perfect, and then you go right back to, well, I'm just going to do all this bad stuff.
I have to restart it anyway.
So I might as well do bad, crappy things for this week. And then, and then you end up making a mess again. So you have to, forgive yourself first.
Yes. And then...
ask yourself for forgiveness.
Ask yourself for forgiveness and tell yourself it's okay.
It's okay, yes.
And it'll be okay, and you'll figure it out.
Exactly, and that's kind of what we've been doing, honestly. Yeah.
And then taking all that, thinking that it's like one sort of thing is this and that and the other thing. There's so much conflicting information out there.
Yeah, and that of course gets confusing.
Yeah.
Too, and I'm definitely not against going to a professional.
Yeah.
To just maybe have them help you straighten your head a little.
Yeah.
And then you go from there. Because I am a fan of people with the degrees who are all right, nutritionist or, anything like that. Because they're the ones that are supposed to assess your body specifically.
Yeah.
Because you can read all the books, but you need to know how your body reacts to food, what it can handle, what it can't handle, if you have an allergy. If you turn all carbs into fat as soon as you look at them. That's right here.
These people right here.
This guy, that girl.
Die if we had to eat tofu and all that crap all the time, because our pancreases don't like it.
You have to find out exactly what your body needs and then go from there.
Yeah. But always believe in your health, though.
Good.
And always believe you can be healthy.
Yeah, focus on it. And that was definitely problems I've had in the past, is talking about how sick I am.
Yeah.
I'm always sick, or I don't feel good, and turn the words around.
Yeah, so it may be too hard for people. I know it's hard for me to think that a bucket of chicken is going to react in my body like kale. But, so I don't want to, I just want to focus on feeling healthy, thinking that I have a strong body, I have a strong immune system, all that stuff. And that's where I can align things like, if the thought is what helps make you healthy, I can make that work in my life.
Exactly.
But I can't make a bucket of chicken work in my life and expect to fit into this shirt anymore.
No way. No. Sorry. That's
sorry, guys.
Silly. Forget it.
If you can do it, prove it to us on Facebook.
Yeah,
call in some other time.
Pictures.
Or comment on the YouTube channel, comment on the Ustream, do something like that. Because if you can do it, we will take your advice and do whatever we can.
You eating chicken and you're skinny because you're like, I'm just thinking of spinach.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
But I hope this was good for everybody.
I know it was a little bit of a scattery show.
Yeah, but we're scattery right now.
We're scattery. We're sleepy. We're overtired.
Yes.
I know sleepy and overtired are the same thing.
But we're here to deliver.
Yeah, exactly. I know we've got fun weekends planned.
Yes.
Lots of stuff going
on.
But
our show next week is all about online dating. Digital ghost online dating will either be and if you guys want to come back and call in and tell us your success stories or your not so success stories
please share with us. Yeah.
Please share.
But anyway, thank you guys for listening and watching again, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.